EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for May 2nd, 2019. What a difference 24 hours makes. Yesterday, of course, we're stuck in the clouds all day. Many areas stuck in the 50s for highs, even some spotty drizzle in a few areas, and just absolutely raw and miserable. And this was on the heels of a day where it was well into the 70s. Well, today, the backdoor cold front that was responsible for that cold yesterday moved through the region overnight, moved northward, and will be now well north of the region. So that means we're going to be back to the warm again, and warm in a big way. Many areas are going to make a run at the 80-degree mark, at least in our south and eastern areas at a minimum. I would say anywhere south and east of this line here, you're going to have an opportunity to make a run at the 80-degree line today. And so very warm temperatures, maybe into the 80s down here by Philadelphia today, as that surge of warmth comes ahead of a frontal boundary, which is off to our north. Now, this is a different frontal boundary, not the same backdoor cold front. This is actually a regular cold front that's going to be making its way eastward, and a few showers and thunderstorms will be making their way through in spots this afternoon. Very quick in and out, though. This is not a showstopper. It's going to go right from here down to the coast. Okay, and it should survive all the way to the coast because there's plenty of shear involved with this, and there could be some gusty winds with this as well, with a few of these rogue cells. Not widespread severe, but there could be some approaching severe, some stronger storms, maybe not severe necessarily, but approaching severe in some cases. And here's the NAM high-res future simulated radar starting this off at 2 p.m. on Thursday. So this is going to start kind of early in the afternoon. We usually have to wait till late afternoon or evening for these to really get going. But there's going to be sufficient heating in these areas ahead of it, and very high dew points. This is something has been missing from some of these severe episodes that have been taking place so far in the month of April and the previous month. And they could have been a lot worse if we had the high dew points and the heat involved in those. But they were, of course, damaging enough with plenty of tornado reports so far in the state of Pennsylvania for the month of April and so far year to date. We're not dealing with tornadoes today, but straight line winds could occur with some of this. It's going to be like a semi-congealed line moving south and east, and this is now looking at 4 p.m., getting over toward the Lehigh Valley, Reading, and Lancaster. And you can see just a few cells here. This is not a line that's going to go all the way across the state here and do damage. Just a few spots within this line that could produce some stronger winds, and it won't be everywhere. That moves further south and east toward I-95, and this is now looking at 6 p.m., and you can see some activity across Delaware as well. It's going to make its way all the way to the coast, and by 8 p.m. it is out of here. And that's it for the shower and thunderstorm threat. That's it. I mean, these are quick in and out storms that'll last about 45 minutes or so in and out, and that's it. It's done. If you are lucky enough to, or unlucky, depending on your perspective, to miss those storms, then it will stay very warm all the way up until sunset, and you will have temperatures making a run at 80 degrees. If you get that a little bit early, you might cap your chances of seeing 80 degrees today. But again, I think those areas that are going to see 80 are right around here, anything probably south and east of this line right here. Okay, something like that. So anything south there could make a run at 80. Again, it's going to depend on those storms and how quickly they get in through the region and how much that cools you off. All right, so that's today. And that's what we're looking at. And we get to Friday, we have another opportunity for more scattered activity, but this time it is delayed. This is going to be very much delayed coming into the area during the evening hours. This is looking at 6 p.m. on Friday. Maybe a little bit more organized in terms of areas of coverage, but still not looking at severe storms here. Probably just showers and maybe some embedded storms, garden variety with this, and that's going to become because it's coming in after dark in most places, and it just kind of falls apart. So not a lot of precipitation Friday either. All right, this has been a theme for this week. We looked at this week and saying, oh, wow, we're going to have all this rain this week. Well, it really hasn't been so bad, has it? I mean, we've had a few nights where we had a few showers roll through overnight, and I think I might have picked up a grand total of 1/10 of an inch all week long when we expected a lot more earlier in the week when we were taking a look at these models and how it was like end of days. We're looking at it at the beginning of the week. Well, now it doesn't look so bad. Now we get into the weekend and what's going on there. So we just dealt with Friday. We got the scattered showers and thunderstorms again. That's going to be kind of falling apart at the Didzies. Not a lot of precipitation with that. But then we get to Saturday. Now, here's the big problem I have with Saturday is there's a huge timing difference between the American models, the NAM and GFS, versus the European model. European model suggests that this is what Saturday looks like. Nothing. Nothing at all. And then you have some rain moving in overnight. That's going to continue into at least Sunday morning, maybe some ending in the afternoon, and then it pulls away. Now, up until the 18Z GFS last night, the GFS was 12 hours different and actually suggested that the rain would come in Saturday afternoon, early afternoon at that, and then end overnight. So you got a very distinct difference in timing there between the two. Well, now the 18ZGFS is now looking at Saturday, getting a little bit closer now. Still a little bit different in timing, a little bit quicker, but not nearly as quick as it has been. So now it keeps most of Saturday dry. So this is looking at 2 p.m. on Saturday. Here's 5 p.m. and here's 8 p.m. Now it starts to bring in during the evening hours after most of the day on Saturday is dry. Brings most of the precipitation in through the overnight hours, as you can see here. And then by the time we get to Sunday morning, you still have some showers hanging around in the morning. And then that clears and goes away. And that's it. Okay, so the whole idea here is Saturday might actually turn up to be a little bit better than originally projected. We still have to work on that timing. It's not a set in stone thing. And because the models are still kind of guessing, even though we're only 48 hours away, they're starting to come into a little bit better agreement. But I want to just give you that basic timing. It looks like it's going to be most of the day Saturday's dry. Maybe late in the day or evening the rain comes in, continues mainly at night, and then goes into Sunday morning. It starts to taper off early afternoon, and then that will be it as it moves away. So that is the rain for this weekend. The majority of that's going to fall overnight Saturday night. And then wrapping up Sunday morning, it looks like. Okay, and once we get into next week, we are dry and partly cloudy on Monday. Same thing here with Tuesday. Still warm both days, kind of mid-70s-ish on both days. So very nice days both Monday and Tuesday. If you want to make up for lost time on the weekend, if you had a golf outing planned and had to be canceled because of the rain, then you can always play hooky on Monday or Tuesday and take up the golf then. Finally, we do have a system coming in here that another frontal boundary will affect us. Looks like on Wednesday with some showers later in the day. It does not look like one thing is going to end up just affecting us for days and days this time, but we do have a cold front to deal with in the middle of the week. Might have another system here dealing with at the end of the week here, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for May 2nd, 2019. Have a great Thursday.